What exactly are suicidal thoughts? Because at some point, normally or generally, people will sit and things are not working in their life, and someone will sit and say, I wish I was not alive, this life is so difficult. Does that qualify for suicidal thoughts, or what exactly are they?
Yeah. That's a very good question. So what will make suicidal thoughts classified as suicidal thoughts are the persistence of these thoughts. So if you're having persistent thoughts of death, thoughts of what you're going to do in order to achieve suicide, no, that becomes suicidal thoughts. So when you just sit down and think, I wish this could be over, and you move on with your life, and sometimes we all get those thoughts, that is not a cause for alarm. But if they become persistent, then now that qualifies as suicidal thoughts or suicidal ideations. Yes.
And sometimes we even have people planning.
Yes.
Like I don't know, they give a calendar, something like that. And so you might wonder what drives somebody there, because sometimes everyone will have a low point. Someone could be struggling with depression, another one with bipolar disorder, anxiety, or whatever other condition. But we'd say a smaller percentage maybe struggles with this. And so what drives them there?
So there are very many things that can drive someone to suicide. As you've mentioned mental health conditions being the first one. So an individual who could be experiencing bipolar disorder, as we said, with the depressive and also the manic, when they have disinhibited behavior, you could do certain things that could harm you. And with depressive episodes, you're having very, very low mood and suicidal thoughts, some even attempt. So mental disorders could predispose you to having suicidal ideations and finally committing suicide. Another thing could be chronic illness, which is also something a lot of people suffer from, especially if it's a chronic illness that comes with pain. So if an individual has contemplated suicide, some go to the extent of medically assisted suicide or euthanasia. So that's another drive for suicide. Relational issues, so you find that relationships are not working, certain things are not working, and you find an individual committing suicide due to relational issues. And also financial issues are also a main cause of suicide. Yes, especially during these difficult times. Yes.
That's quite sad. And sometimes someone will commit suicide and people will go like tungejua tungemsaidia. So what are the warning signs that are in our families? We could look at someone and tell, apana huyu, they could be thinking of committing suicide. What are the warning signs? How are these people going to behave? Because sometimes they'll not come out to you and tell you, I want to kill myself. These thoughts are just within themselves. So how can we maybe tell that this person could be having suicidal thoughts, and how do we help them?
Okay. So first of all, you'll hear this person talking a lot about death. Like, yes, we do talk about death, but with this individual, it's going to be, on an extreme. They'll be talking about how they'd like to be buried, how they'd like to die. Those are some of the things that they're going to be talking about here. You're also going to notice some behavioral changes with them. They might be isolating. Some will also start giving away some of their things. Emotional changes with them, extremely low moods, of course. You're also going to notice this individual possibly is isolating. They're also going to have feelings of worthlessness and hopelessness and feeling like a burden. Those are some of the warning signs that you could be looking out for an individual who you feel like could be having suicidal ideation. Yes.
And once we notice them, what do we do to prevent that? And could psychologists help, or what mechanisms do we have to help these people that once we notice that they're having suicidal thoughts, it can be prevented from being executed?
Okay, so the first thing you need to realize is that these people need our love. So you need to extend, yourself to them, show them love, show them affection, try understand where they're coming from, and sometimes they don't even have the capacity to reach out to a mental health practitioner. So you could assist them to reach out to a mental health practitioner, involve someone in the field to help them, because sometimes it could be bigger than, it could be greater than us. Yes.
Thank you so much for that. And